तो फटाफट वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। आज हम पढ़ेंगे Waldeyer rings। सो व्हाट इज Waldeyer rings एंड व्हाई इट इज नेम एज रिंग। सो Waldeyer ring is the group of lymph nodes which is present in between the nasopharynx and oropharynx. Means in that portion there are many lymph nodes which are present as a ring. Means if you see in an open mouth, the lymph nodes are situated as like this. So it is looks like ring structure. So it is named as Waldeyer rings. So it is situated in between the common digestive pathway. So what constitutes these lymph nodes? There are total 6 lymph nodes. First, in the front side, means anteriorly, we can see the 4 lymph nodes. Let's talk about these 4 lymph nodes, then we will talk about the other 2. So if you see from the front, first we can see the tonsils. These are the tonsils, which anatomically known as palatine tonsil. And if you down the tongue, compress the tongue, we can see the lingual tonsil in the back. And in the upper side, that we cannot see, but there are 2 tonsils. One is adenoid tonsil, which is situated superiorly, and there is tubal tonsil, which is situated superior-laterally in there. If you see from the lateral side, first we see in the anterior side, and we are seeing now in the lateral side. So in the lateral side, there is just posterior to the tongue or at the base of tongue, there is lingual tonsil, and in the side there is palatine tonsil in the both sides, and there is in the upper part, in that region there is adenoid tonsil or pharyngeal tonsil, and in front of that, in the 2 sides, there is eustachian tube. We will see that later. And just lateral to this adenoid, there is tubal tonsils. So we learnt about 4 tonsils. One is adenoid, then tubal tonsil, then palatine in the both side, and then lingual tonsil. These 4 lymph nodes we have learnt. Now there is other 2 which is situated in the pharyngeal wall. Means these 2 lymph nodes is situated posteriorly. So posteriorly there is nodules. These lymph nodes are known as nodules, which is situated in the posterior pharyngeal wall in the centrally, and beside these lymph nodes there is a 2 band of lymph nodes which is known as lateral pharyngeal band, because it is situated laterally and in the pharyngeal wall, so it is known as lateral pharyngeal band. So these 2 types we have learned now. So there are total 6 lymph nodes in the Waldeyer rings: superiorly adenoid, superior-laterally tubal tonsil, laterally palatine tonsil, or we know as commonly it is tonsils. Posteriorly there is nodules, and posterior-laterally there is lateral pharyngeal band, and inferiorly there is lingual tonsil. Among these 6 type of tonsils, the palatine tonsil only have a true capsule. So let's talk about some peculiar points about these 6 tonsils or the Waldeyer rings. So they are located in the submucosa and in the aerodigestive tract. So these numerous lymph nodes known as mucosa associated lymphoid tissue, also commonly known as NALT. Mucosa associated lymphoid tissue, NALT. So peculiar points about this NALT is it is located in the submucosa. There is no cortico-medullary differentiation, means cortex and medulla you cannot differentiate. And third is it have only efferent lymphatics, means the lymphatics are going out from these lymph nodes. So we talk about what is Waldeyer rings, what constitutes this Waldeyer ring, means the lymph nodes or the components of the Waldeyer rings. Let's talk about the functions, and we already discussed the peculiarities. Function, the main function is immunologically it gives protection from the pathogens which is entering through common aerodigestive tract. It prevent infection which is coming from, which may be airborne or foodborne. So the B lymphocytes present in these lymph nodes secrete IgA, which is present in the saliva, which gives us protection from the pathogens. Then there is also T lymphocytes, which gives us cell mediated immunity against various virus, bacteria, fungus. And also these lymphocytes have IgM, IgG molecules, which also gives us protection. So that's all about Waldeyer rings. We talked about the anatomy and we also talked about the physiology or the function of these Waldeyer rings.